Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Yuxin 3x3. This cube can be purchased for $8 at Cubes4Speed.com, which is currently the cheapest price that I've seen in the US. The Yuxin feels very similar to an aolong version 2. There were several times where I picked up the Yuxin thinking that it was an aolong. There are two things that separate the cube apart though. The first being that the Yuxin seems to be a little bit slower than the aolong. Certainly not the slowest cube I've ever used, but just enough to annoy me a little bit. Some people have reported that putting CX3 soft springs in it has fixed this issue though. I personally haven't tried it, but you may want to give it a go. The second is that the Yuxin doesn't feel nearly as fluent as the aolong version 2. This feels a lot more blocky. If you take a look at the design, you can definitely tell why it feels similar to an aolong. The pieces are incredibly similar. The biggest differences that I've noticed are the edge torpedoes are much smaller, the corners have indents instead of being flat, and the centers are significantly more rounded. And now after seeing these rounded centers, you might be led to believe that the corner cutting would be much better, but in my testing, this really hasn't been the case. It can cut over 45 and gets near line to line for reverse, but that really isn't that much better than something like an aolong. They perform nearly identical, but the Yuxin does have slightly better reverse corner cutting. Pops on this cube are very minimal. In the few hundred solves that I've done, I've only experienced one or two edge pops, and that was when I had the cube on looser tensions. After tightening it, I haven't experienced any pops. The stickers are very similar to Moyu shades. They're nice colors and they contrast well, but one thing to note is that these stickers have a matte finish on them, which I personally didn't like. It made the cube very slippery at times and caused me to fumble while solving. I would recommend that you replace the stickers. So what's my conclusion on this cube? In my personal opinion, it's basically just an aolong knockoff, but cheaper. They perform almost identical, but I think the aolong has the edge here. If you're new and looking for a good 3x3 that's cheap, this is definitely a great option, but if you already have an aolong, I see no reason at all to go out and buy this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.